Hi everyone, I'm Bree and this is my surrogacy journey. First of all, forgive me for my voice. I think I'm coming down with a cold. I thought something was just like bothering me in the air for the past couple of days. And then today I woke up and my voice sounds like this. So I think I'm coming down with a little bit of a head cold, unfortunately, but that's okay. I am 20 weeks pregnant, so this is my 20-week bump date. And this was kind of an exciting one because I met one of my IPs, one of my intended parents, for the very first time. For those of you who don't know, I haven't talked about my IPs a lot, but they are a same-sex couple. They're two gay dads. So one of the dads came and I met him for the very first time in person. I mean, we haven't seen each other in person because they're international. They don't live here. We knew from the very beginning that this dad wanted to be there for the 20-week anatomy scan, ultrasound, and I'm so happy he was there. One, just because I have been able to take little videos and pictures of the ultrasounds for him, but here they did not let me take any pictures or videos. I had my intended parent with me, so I didn't need to, but they told us that we weren't allowed. So that kind of was a bummer for my intended parent, only because he couldn't take any videos or pictures for his boyfriend, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. At least he got to be there and he got to see the baby for the first time, like with his own eyes on the ultrasound without having to see it through a video that I sent through an email. So I was super excited for him. I met him on Monday. So today is Thursday. So I met him on Monday and we just met for tea, and just my son and I went. Anytime there's a language barrier, I didn't want there to be any kind of like miscommunication. I didn't want there to be any kind of awkwardness with the language barrier, but he spoke good enough English to have like a basic conversation on his own. And then he had an app on his phone that translated, so we were able to have like more complex conversation, and it was fine. It was not awkward, which I was so happy about. I wasn't just thinking like, okay, this is gonna be awkward. I was just hoping that conversation would flow smoothly and it would feel natural, and it did. And it was so good. My husband was at work while we were at the tea place, but he met us there around like 4:30 probably, and then we all four of us went and had dinner together, and then I brought him to his hotel and he was just staying the next town over. And then the next morning, Tuesday morning, was the 20-week ultrasound. So we saw his baby on the ultrasound. Everything is looking great so far. And then he went home. He actually messaged me at like 1:50 this morning and said he was almost home. He had he was on like his last stop before being home. So he was almost there. So everything went really well. I was super happy with our visit. I couldn't even imagine it going any better than it did. And I just feel like I can breathe a little bit. Like I'm glad that we met in person before just like I'm birthing his baby. So baby is measuring about a week ahead. I am due June 14th. The ultrasound tech said right now he is measuring about a week ahead, so due date is looking closer to like June 7th than June 14th, but we will see how it goes. For now, we are planning on having my intended parent come on around June 1st, and then he can be here for like 34 days, I think. So that's the plan. And I'm still feeling pretty darn good. Just this past Saturday, I was just like so tired. I was just exhausted, but I'm not normally feeling really tired during the day, except for now. Today I am tired again, but I also have a cold now. So I don't know if I'm tired because I'm 20 weeks pregnant, I'm halfway through my pregnancy, or if I'm tired because I have a head cold. Probably a little bit of both. I do have an appointment coming up next week. I think that's on Monday or Tuesday, just to go over the results of the anatomy scan, and that'll be that. Everything is going really, really smoothly. I am so happy that we're already halfway through the pregnancy. We only have about 4.5 months left, which sometimes it sounds like a long time, and sometimes I'm like, we only have 4.5 months, and then my intended parents get to bring home a baby. So I'm super, super excited for them. We are going to head to a Super Bowl party at one of our best friend's houses. She and her husband are hosting, and I am super excited for that. I've really been feeling like even the holidays and then into January, I think I'm not having a hard time balancing time. Like, we've spent time with my dad and my mother-in-law, and like, we are spending time with our family, but we haven't really had a whole lot of friend time. And even like my sister and my nephew, like, I haven't really seen them in a while. So I'm just looking forward to just kind of feeling like like, okay, let's kind of get back into a normal routine here. We're like headed into February, and hopefully things will start feeling like they're settling down a little bit. And we're actually gonna go over there the weekend of my birthday. My birthday's on Valentine's Day, so we're gonna head over there for my birthday too, with just a couple of friends, super, super small and casual. But you know, I'm pregnant, so it's not like I can like go wine tasting or something. So I think this will be a perfect way to spend my 25th birthday, just hanging out with friends and spending some good quality time. My dog is pregnant too, actually, and her due date is between February 14th and February 18th. Other than her expecting puppies, we really don't have anything like too crazy coming up anymore. So I just wanted to kind of update you guys, let you know the pregnancy is still going really well and very smoothly. I'm not experiencing like any crazy, I'm not experiencing any nausea. I'm not experiencing really any like food aversions. Sometimes I have like a little bit of a craving, but it's usually not too bad. We are actually starting Aiden, my 18-month-old, in a Montessori school. So that is really exciting. That actually is a big change, because I mentioned in one of my more recent videos that our goal for 2020 is to save for a house for next year so that we could buy. And that goal has kind of been readjusted a bit. We're probably looking at buying in maybe 2-3 years, which was discouraging to kind of come to that realization, like, we're gonna be renting, we're gonna be in this apartment, we're not gonna buy a house next year, but it's okay. I think it's for the best. Aiden is at the age now where he just needs more stimulation, and I think he's ready for something with an actual curriculum. He's very smart and he wants to be doing things, and he likes to learn and be active and busy. So I think him being in a Montessori school is going to be perfect. He is super independent already. So this style of learning, I think, is going to be the best for him, and he's going to be there 3 days a week. So he is not going to be with my mother-in-law anymore, which is sad just because he's been with her his whole life. She owned a daycare about a half an hour from where I live. So he was in daycare from 2 months old all the way until he was 1 year old, and now he's been out of daycare for about 6 months and just hanging out with my mother-in-law 2 days a week. And then Austin has been trying to work from home on Fridays with him for the past few months, and it's just not really working out. I was getting ready for work one Friday morning, and Aiden was in his high chair and he was having breakfast, and he was trying to tell Austin, my husband, that he was done. He was saying, done, done. And Austin was on a call, so he couldn't even say like, okay, hold on, buddy, I'm coming. He was literally talking to a client, so he couldn't even tell him. Like, I saw Aiden getting frustrated. It frustrates me. Like, it's not even necessarily that I'm getting mad or upset. It's just like, ugh, I don't want him to feel, he doesn't understand. He's a year and a half. He doesn't get, like, daddy's on a phone call right now for work. He can't talk. I'll get you in just a second. So I just felt like it was time. And even though that was a hard decision to come to, just because our goal really, really was saving for a house, and now over half of what we would be saving every month is going to the Montessori school. So I know it's going to be worth it. I know this is the right decision, but it was a hard decision to come to just because it was such a big adjustment for our family that even kind of adjusted like our family planning, because we thought, you know, after we deliver this surrogate baby, we probably just like wouldn't go back on birth control. And when we got pregnant, we got pregnant. And now that may not be the case. We may be pushing it out a few years just because having two in daycare is so, so expensive. I can't even fathom it. And I will be going on my own health insurance next year. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm turning 25. So next year, I won't be on my dad's insurance anymore. I am married, obviously, but neither my employer nor my husband's employer offers health insurance. So even though we're married, we are both still allowed to stay on our parents' health insurance plans unless one of our employers started offering it, and then we wouldn't be allowed to anymore. I already pay for private health insurance for Aiden, which is over $300 every month, which like sounds insane. So I'm a little bit nervous for when I go on my own plan too. That being said, these are all good changes. My husband and I are young, we're 24, so we still have plenty of time to have kiddos. We're not in any rush. I don't have a preference on having the kids' ages a certain years apart. I have siblings who are 2 years younger than me, 7 years younger than me, and like 12 and 13 years younger than me. And those are my 4 biological siblings. And I have step siblings who are younger than me too. So I don't feel like I was closer to my sister who's 2 years younger than me growing up than I was my sister who was 7 years younger than me growing up. So I don't really have a preference. I'm not like, well, they have to be this many years apart. I don't care how many years apart they are. So we're playing it by ear. Send me all the positive vibes you can just to relax my mind, keep it at ease a little bit. Okay, so this is not a maternity shirt and it doesn't fit very well, but here is the 20-week bump. Here, you can kind of see a little bit better like that because the couch is kind of in the way. So he is like sitting kind of funny right now, but that's the 20-week bump. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please, please, please tell your friends, tell your family. I really just, my mission still is just to kind of like get surrogacy talked about. And I actually had a client who, she had shingles, and so I called my OB and I told her, this client has shingles, they're still active and open. Should I be around her? My OB said no. And so I had to recommend that she see somebody else and told her, I'm pregnant. It's not my baby, not my kiddo. I'm a surrogate. I'm carrying this baby for someone else. And for months, she still, even though word for word I told her, I'm pregnant, I'm a surrogate, this is someone else's baby I'm carrying, she still did not understand what surrogacy was. And she didn't understand why I couldn't take her. And she is an older client, and I care for her deeply. She's been a long time client, but people just don't know, they're not educated about surrogacy. And so I want to try and share my story and just kind of bring awareness to all parts. You know, I can only share my experience as a surrogate. I can't talk for all surrogates. I can't talk for IPs, obviously. I can just share my experience, and hopefully this brings awareness to anybody. And if it opens one person's eyes, or if one person learns what it really means to be a surrogate, or what surrogates have to go through, it's not just like, okay, you're pregnant. I just want to raise awareness and for people to learn a little bit about the process. So please, there's a bell up top. Go ahead and press that little bell and you will get notifications when I post a new video. Please like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, share it with your family, and thank you so much for all of the support, and I will continue giving you guys the best content I possibly can. Bye.